evening, good evening. Wow. Such great energy in the room today.
How's everyone today?
How's everyone doing? Whoa. Okay, we've not done this in a while. So are the lovers and inspirers in the room today? Amazing, amazing, amazing.
So thank you guys for coming in today. Good evening, everyone. And my name is Muhammad.
My name is Pastor Jerusha, and welcome to the Lovers and Inspirers. Just a bit about us. If today is your first time, welcome. The Lovers and Inspirers is a community focused on transforming lives through the word, leadership, and community building. So our mission is to take young people from diverse backgrounds and raise them into leaders of industries and pioneers within their communities. So today, you're going to know a bit more about Lovers and Inspirers, not just from what I've told you, but from the program, which I know you're going to enjoy. But first,
we are going to do a quick get to know each other. So if you guys could speak to the person next to you and get to know one quick fact about them. We'll be back to ask you any questions.
You have 1 minute and it starts now. You can get up and go around the room. Don't feel restricted to your seat. Guys, you have 10 seconds. And time. And time. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know each other. Amazing. Thank you very much. But we're going to now put your knowledge to the test. So I really hope you got to know someone. We are going to ask you at random what you learnt about the person you spoke to. So I hope you're ready and I hope you were listening. Mohammed, please take a pick.
Of course. So the guy in the grey hoodie over there, I've seen you speaking a lot. If you could ask him.
Not the look back. He actually turned around. Wow. Can we get the camera on this young man over here?
Just one quick fact about the person.
Before you start, can you tell us your name? Can you stand up? Let us know who you are. Let's give him a round of applause. Amazing.
Hi guys, my name is Chuka. The person next to me, she's a jeweler.
Wow. Amazing, amazing. So, who should I pick on today? The person that's trying not to give me eye contact. Well done. Because I'm going to come to you. Now, please tell us your name, stand up, and let us know what you found out about someone you spoke to.
My name is Jurenko. Fun fact about Shanice is she played tennis when she was young.
Thank you. I was gonna do 2, but we're gonna pick on a third person, Mohammed.
If I could pick one more. You with the beige jacket. Second time.
Please stand up. Let us know who you are.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marceline. It's not like you guys don't know me anyways. The person I spoke to today was Cindy. And she does great digital pics on the Canon G7X camera.
Wow, we have a photographer in the room. Amazing. So now we know each other just a little bit better. We're gonna get you to follow us on Instagram. So everyone put your phones in the air, please.
You guys could just, there should be a barcode on the screen right now. If you guys could just scan it.
Lovely friends in the media, please help us out. Okay, so media have chosen to oh, amazing.
Go. If you guys could just
If you can scan the QR code, that will lead you to our Instagram, where you can hit us a follow. And Pastor Goodness is going to tell me if the followers are actually going up. So we're going to know if you're following us on Instagram. Pastor Goodness, give me a wave. Let me know if I can release them from this QR code. Oh, Pastor Goodness is pulling a face. Guys, are you following us? Oh, okay, we got a thumbs up. Amazing. And that is all from us at this segment. But if you make sure that you remain focused and engaged, you're going to enjoy the program, and we're going to have a few announcements at the end for events and things coming up so that you can get more involved with the Lovers and Inspirers. And we're just going to do a quick call for the people who are new. So you now know our call and response. So we're going to hope that you know how to respond. Mohammed, do the honors.
Lovers and Inspirers.
And one more time, are the Lovers and Inspirers in the house today? Enjoy the program.
Good evening. There is something for everyone here tonight. We have tons and tons of things to give away tonight, so please do enjoy.
Hardship is an excuse to give up, or that it's a sign that you shouldn't be doing it.
Alright, I want to take people and put them in a better environment, take them overseas, network with literal millionaires, be able to build up their own business, you know, get into trading, finance. I can never listen what you say. I just want to be your
Pastor James Musa. I am the leader of Lovers and Inspires community. My job tonight is to announce the winner. I want to thank every single one of you for pitching. Okay, can I get a check, please? £5,000. And the winner is Barry. Thank you, everybody. Like I mentioned, tonight wouldn't have been possible without something called leadership and mentorship. And that's what Lovers and Inspires is about. Just before we close, I want to welcome my leader, Pastor Kevin, up on the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you here? First of all, I want to say a big congratulations to the Lovers and Inspirers for putting on such an amazing event. I want you to give a big round of applause to all the businesses that came out to showcase today. Next month, we will be having a bigger showcase where you will be able to win even bigger giveaways and be able to showcase your own business. Those of us that don't really get to be in the spotlight, some of us that are ignored, this is why we do these kind of events, for everybody to come together and network and have a good time.
Well, you know I've been around all time. I give everybody the vibes on vibes. I make the people don't they lose their minds. I've been doing this all my life. When I want to be that set it on fire. And when I step in, I'll be right on time. I hope you ready, we go jam all night. In any weather.
Good evening, all. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Wow. For those that don't know, my name is Pastor Alex. Yeah, guys. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, in fact, furthermore, sorry. We got to start again. Hey, guys. You shouldn't have. For those that don't know, my name is Pastor Alex Kenlock. I lead some fine individuals, but over the course of my decade being in the SPAC Nation family and a part of things like this, like Love is they're all three participants are very much capable of doing what I'm doing right now. So before I actually get into it, I'd like to say thank you, Pastor James, for doing what you do best, which is dress and sharp. And for allowing me on your platform. But no, so without further ado, please welcome Pastor Eben. Pastor David, and Pastor Faye. Okay, I really need that funky music down here. It's throwing me off. Really throwing me off. So I tried to like, Evie, do you know what I mean? Okay, guys. So what we're actually here to discuss right now is we're here to discuss something called community units. Now, for those that don't know, what you're actually in at the moment is a community unit. Now, I think around about 7 or 8 years ago, we, as in us people on the panel, got sent out to many different various locations, places like Brixton, places like East London, Hackney, Shoreditch, places like Tulse Hill. I believe both of you were in Tulse Hill, right? Places like Islington, places like Croydon, and we were doing exactly what you are all doing now, and we are literally byproducts of that. So I remember myself being sat in something called a community unit, the same thing, similar, maybe not as fancy as what you see here today, in Croydon. That was my first community unit, because I'm from Croydon. And I remember just seeing somebody like a Pastor James, the way he would speak to you. It was Pastor Sam at the time, and he would just share his upbringing of how he turned his life around through the word and through our leader, Pastor Toby's words, and how it impacted him. And so that's the reason why we do what we do and why we're still continuing the story and the legacy of those community units. So I thought I had to give that introduction. So, please, Pastor Eben, Pastor David, and Pastor Faye, just introduce yourself very quickly before we get into my questions. You can play a little bit of music, you know, it's just ding, 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 ding. Go on.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm Pastor Eben. I've been in the nation for 10 years now. In July, it will be 10 years. So my day-to-day, I'm a pharmacist. I work for a health tech company specializing in alternative medicine. If you want to know what that is, you can speak to me after service. So I'm the lead pharmacist there, and I also run a society called Society of STEM, where I mentor young professionals who want to get into the STEM field.
Awesome. Pastor David.
Hi guys, I'm Pastor David. I do repairs and maintenance around the nation and around the UK. I've been in the nation for 6 years. This month will be my 7th. Yeah.
I think Pastor David's being extremely humble, by the way. He's worked with multi-billion-pound corporations, organizations, and actually being one of the lead strategists when it comes to logistics and maintenance and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's all right. The humility is okay, but like you gotta, you know what I mean? When you're sat in the hot seat, bro, you gotta. Pastor Faye.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Pastor Faye. This is actually my 8th year within the family.
Wow.
Eighth year within the family. I'm a operations director for a company called Night Shield Group. Yeah, definitely.
Make some noise for Night Shield Group.
Yeah. So we are a company that focuses on private security and facilities management. So I run that alongside my brothers. Pastor David's also involved, Pastor Christian and Pastor KB as well.
Cool. I've got a few questions, and I'm actually going to throw this at Pastor Eben. So looking back, how did community units shape your journey and the kind of leader and person that you've become today?
Thank you. That's a really good question. So for me, before I joined the nation, I didn't really know what a community unit was. I'd been in church all my life, and I was one of those people that would just come, sit at the back, then go home. Like, I wouldn't talk to anybody. I wouldn't get involved. But when I joined the nation, being in a community unit was a chance for me to grow as a person. So I'm somebody naturally, I like to just come and go. I like to do my own thing, but being in the community unit, it allowed me to have a sense of responsibility. So I started off leading a fellowship called Toast Pulse at the time with a few other women. And at first it was just 5 of us. And for me, it was just really challenging to be able to see that grow, and it pushed us because we had to be innovative. We had to push ourselves. So I naturally didn't like speaking, but I had to come out of that and be like, look, we're leading something. This is not about me. It's about the people. So I had to come out of my comfort zone and be pushed as a leader. So I think in that sense, it helped, and we saw it grow. I mean, we went from 5 people to 100 people. And then even that, it spread even more, and you just see the importance of resilience. You see the importance of teamwork, working together. You're not always going to get along, but when you have a common goal, I think that pushes you as a person to build your character as well. I think this was 2016 or 2017. This was actually the first time we had just moved from the flat into this community hall, and this was the first time I actually spoke, and I was given a word charge. And I remember this day. It's surreal, but again, like I said, going from somebody that didn't like speaking to now, this is where I started speaking, and I think they'll show more pictures later. Now I speak in front of, oh gosh, now I'm regretting sending this picture. But yeah, this was the beginning. And I had to show this because it's evolution, and I think it's important to reflect. Yeah.
Those are real powerful pictures, and thank God for growth. Yeah, I'm playing. Honestly, I remember coming in and seeing a Pastor Eben, and the person who she was then is actually, it's not cliche, sorry. She's actually the same person that she was. And the reason why I say that's a round of applause, actually. the reason why I say that is because she just had a conviction. She just had a conviction about impacting lives, changing her community, and wanting to become a role model and an inspiration to the people around her. But I think what had happened is that the word and the Nation family as a whole just refined her into the person that she's seeing. So to me, she's always looked like this. But it just took a while for it to actually manifest. I've got another question. Not for you. Pastor Faye, you came in the year 2017. What was the atmosphere like in 2017? Was it the same? Was it different? And what actually made you stay? Look at this. I don't know if these are dreads. I don't even know if these are like cane rolls, or I think he had in the middle between dreads. Yeah. This is when Pastor Faye used to smoke so much. You don't understand, as in like, I've known Pastor Faye from when I was like 12 or 13. This man was the definition of high. Like, he wasn't high, high was him. That's to give you a background on Pastor Faye.
Funny enough, actually, speaking about the atmosphere of how we came in, I think this was even my second service ever in the Nation. And the reason why you can kind of see I'm wearing a suit, this is not something you kind of see that everybody does on their second service. But for me, the atmosphere was so much, it was so inspiring. Like, the Nation had proper aura. There was people speaking about things that I was never exposed to. And what I realized is that I was just a local boy that had the talent, but no exposure. And coming into the Nation, it actually showed me that it is possible to become great, and it's not just by luck. Where we come from is it's like if somebody becomes successful, it's like by luck, you know? But the Nation showed me a template that anyone can actually become great as long as they go through the process of followership. And that's what I was introduced to. So I done everything like wear a seat on my second day, just trying to copy.
One round of applause, yeah. I actually want the pictures to keep rolling as we're speaking, because I think it's really, really good to see the development and the change. I think this is when you got the haircut.
Yeah, this was the glow up. This was Tulse Hill. I remember these days.
Well, Pastor Abby,
okay, we're gonna have to pause here. Yeah, we're gonna have to pause here.
So pause here, please.
This picture is titled #IamJoanna. Yeah.
Please tell us the background story to this.
So, in a community called Tulse Hill, where violence was very heavy, police didn't believe that loads of young black and colored individuals could actually gather in a community center and actually worship God.
Sorry to cut you. This is not a community center. This is a nursery.
I mean, we made the most of what we had, you know. And during that time, police came, they raided it, and for some reason, they've now taken our dear Pastor Joanna. And that day, I just remember...
Pastor Joanna, can you just give us a small wave? Wow.
We have to give Pastor Joanna a round of applause.
A round of applause.
Because it was days like that that really showed that we could pray. And I remember Pastor Eben was there. Throughout that day, we prayed and we shared the word. And we were just more convicted in what we was doing, trying to change a community, despite even people looking at us and not believing us.
Yeah.
So days like that is what helped us to actually grow in our convictions.
I think one thing, just to add to that, Pastor Faye, when you came in, you got a crash course. I think you had like one day of being just somebody that attended services to us just saying, you know what, you're with us. This is what you're doing, you're serving. So when I see someone like a Carlos at the back or a Mohammed serving, it lets me know that that same spirit is still alive and we're still serious about changing lives. And the same thing is going to happen to them if they can be consistent in actually seeing this thing through.
Exactly that. Most definitely. Definitely.
Thank you. I believe there's more pictures to be rolling as well. I've got a question for you, Pastor David. So you came in the mighty revival time of an Eastside. Just tell us a little bit about Eastside and what that actually meant to you. And what is this picture? Who is that?
I think for me.
Pause here, by the way.
Alright, cool. I'll talk about
Pause
the
here.
picture. So this was even like a party, but like we was just,
This doesn't look like a party.
we was just outside. Obviously, I do PK. No, I've known them for years, so we was just outside, just enjoy it, like as you can see.
So the
red
man
cup.
on the left is Pastor Kevin.
Pastor Kevin.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, well, I think Pastor Kevin's coming soon, so everyone will be able to see the difference. But yeah, go on. Who's that?
Myself and Pastor Stephen.
Okay, he's Pastor Stephen to you.
My brother, my younger brother. So
tell us about what it was like seeing a Pastor Stephen come in and seeing his change, and what about his change actually wanted you to join Spat Nation.
I think for me, even hearing about the change, I didn't believe it. First, I heard, oh yeah, PK is a preacher, X, Y, Z. I said, oh, is it? I said, yeah, no problem. But I didn't believe it until I came the 25th of June, 2018. And I actually heard his word, and I knew that, okay, like, he's definitely talking to me, because you can't say, you spent all them times in the club, but you ain't spent no time with God. I said, what? Like, I'm like, oh. So for me, seeing the brothers change and seeing where they've come from to where they are now is very inspirational. So.
And what would you say has been a defining moment over the course of the years in which you've been with the family?
I think it was the decision to change. Literally, as I came to Eastside on that day, I said, you know what? I've seen the brothers. It's my decision. I'm changing. People said a lot of things, and I heard what they were saying, but I said, let me see for myself. Because sometimes people can talk about something, but if you haven't been there, like, you need to experience it yourself. And when I came in, there was so much love, family, and like, everyone was just trying to build, community. Like, and that was it, really.
I think just to round up on this as well, I remember you first coming in, you was on a suspended sentence for something, or you was going through some court case battles for some possessions of some things. But I actually, and these are things in which people don't actually know, that we're actually coming from the actual rock bottom of certain places. So when people see me in a shirt now, it's like, how could you ever have been who you were? When people see a Pastor Eben or a Pastor Faye, you would have never known that the dreads / whatever they were could be this man today. And so that's why I actually want to commend the Nation family for, and commend our leader, Pastor Toby. Okay, this is actually a picture of Brixton Community Unit, of which I used to lead. In the middle, right in the middle, you can see Pastor Nini. Pastor Niliola Scott. You don't understand how much this woman used to help me through Brixton Community Unit. You can see Pastor James there. Round of applause. And the funny thing is that Pastor James was actually just a young boy who I'd met at college by the microwave. And the maddest thing is, I wasn't actually meant to have gone to college. I got sent there by my leader, because he said, you know what, go to college, like, get some information in your mind. Because I was like 21, so I'd already kind of finished college, but I went back to college and I met a Pastor James. And funnily enough, 2 years prior to that, I think you had messaged me on Instagram saying, oh, like, what do you do, da, 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 da. And then you meet me. And then I told him to come to our community unit, and it surprisingly was literally 1 second away from where you lived. And that's how you have a Pastor James, and look at a Pastor James from before to a Pastor James now. Stand up for us, sir. Stand up. Wow. Amazing. Okay, sit down. You're so embarrassing, man. I'm playing. I love Pastor James. In that picture, you'll also see people like Minister Hannah. There's so many different names of Pastor Ray, Pastor Onyeka, so many different names within that one picture. Pastor Faye and Pastor James there. Literally, I don't know what hand sign that is, but yeah, I can't remember what that was. Maybe that's an upside down Brixton.
That's RBG.
Oh, I know, but do you know what I'm saying? We'll do 2 more videos.
Here with the Eastside leader himself.
Okay, so I have to stop here. Sorry, I have to stop here. I'm moving around that. Can we stop here? This is the beginning of Lovers and Inspirers. This was, Pastor Binter's not here today, but Pastor Binter's flat. Literally, it was like a 1-bedroom flat. And this is everything. What you see here is like 60 people, 50 people in a room, cramped together. We was hot as hell, sweating galore, but we just wanted to change people's lives. And this is on Peabody Estate. So we went from here. Pastor Eben, you would have been somewhere in this room. I saw myself somewhere there. But we went from here to the nursery to 4 different locations, and what we see ourselves in, and being able to throw different events and do, and think about the Entrepreneur Fest that we've done. It all came from one room like this. So that's the power of community. That is the power of what we're actually listening to. And that's all from me. And give yourselves a round of applause. You may see me again. Thank you, leaders. It's been a pleasure.
Hello. Let me hear that. Lovers and Inspirers in the building. One more time. Lovers and Inspirers in the building. I had some good reviews from the song last week, so I said I'm going to run it back. Yeah. DJ Andre. Always with the good sounds. All right, play that song for me. Right. Welcome to another KT Productions. I hope you enjoy. DJ Andre does not want us to enjoy. I'm joking. We love DJ Andre. Turn me up a little bit. Yeah. Welcome to another KT Productions. I hope you enjoy, but if you don't, you know what to do, man. Only reason I came to this life is to make it big and to make a difference. If right between see what I like, become a leader and remake the system. Right between you and I, Wall of China is the biggest difference. Dedicate my last love to the mission. I won't die without seeing vision. Only reason I came to this life is to make it big and to make a difference. If I do not see what I like, become a leader and remake the system. Right between you and I, Wall of China is the biggest difference. Dedicate my last life to the mission. I won't die without seeing visions. Never been one who had here. Growing up, I was different from my peers. Always knew nothing near how it appears. Always knew I'm a fisherman, like a cough in my hand. I'm raising the stakes. There was nothing on the table, $1 million a month what I put on the plate. Changed my whole world like an alternate state by having conversations with the sheikh. One day I will reach a place where they won't wash their hand if I give them a shake. Only ever saw a difference, and I took the image and switched up the frame. Turning pain into purpose. I take joy in all my pain. Only reason I came to this life to make it big and to make a difference. If I do not see what I like, become a leader and remake the system. Right between you and I, Wall of China is the biggest difference. Dedicate my last life to the mission. I won't die without seeing vision. Always knew that I'm heaven sent. Now the level that I'm stepping in, all the pressure that I faced. Switch up and I change the state. Whoa, had a lot to hold away. Never ever when I heard the word for the same time, for the first time, and I never ever been the same. Look, they don't know how I changed, man. All the pleasure and the pain. Had to lift myself straight to the sky, man. Nowadays I feel like cranes. See all the change. Switched out the frame. Nah, gotta give thanks to the world.
Only reason I
never
came
be
to
the
this
same.
life is to make it big and to make a difference.
If I do not see what I like, become a leader and remake the system. Right between you and I. Wall of China is the biggest difference. Dedicate my lifestyle to the mission. I won't die without seeing vision. Only reason I came to this life is to make it big and to make a difference. If I do not see what I like, become a leader and remake the system. Right between you and I. Wall of China is the biggest difference. Dedicate my lifestyle to the mission. I won't die without seeing vision. Thank you, lovers and inspirers.
Okay, you have me again. Good evening, all. Good evening. Can I get the keys, please? Okay. I won't do any introductions because I'll leave that to yourself, Pastor James. But I would like to greet a few special people within the room. So I'd like to greet Pastor Nini in the building. Pastor Eben in the building. Pastor Ashley in the building. We have Pastor Onyeka in the building. Pastor Ray in the building. We have Pastor Joanna in the building. Pastor Faye in the building. And Pastor Shad's in the building as well somewhere. Okay, you can be seated. And there's a reason why I mentioned those names. There's a reason why I mentioned those names because a few years ago, just like I was speaking in the segment where we were speaking about the community units, we actually set off and we had one goal in mind. That one goal that we had in our mind was to find a Pastor James. The one goal that we had in mind was to find a Pastor Faye, or to find a Pastor Goodness, or to find a Pastor Maddie, or to find a Shanice, or to find a Yuri, or to find a Hannah. That was the goal in which we had in mind. Everything that came from us actually came from our hunger to just obey the word that we were listening to at the time. If you're talking about the businesses that actually came out from us, it started with one thing: us. When we had no money, what did we have? Us. When nothing was around, what did we have, Pastor Nini? We had us. Us is actually the biggest capital that a person could have. The reason why a person can remain poor or broke or broken is because they lack us. They lack us. So when I think about my life before the nation, I was very much an individual, like many of us. But what actually enabled a Pastor James to become the Pastor James that you see today? Us, the capital called us. And I think years ago I preached about the resource called nothing. But I think this is nothing part 2 for those of you that were there. And it was actually in a setting like this. Probably in the nursery. But the greatest capital that a person could have is us, i.e. community. i.e. the ability to bind together as a people and to actually build something based upon a word. The greatest thing my leader gave me was he gave me the ability to be a part of us. That's the greatest thing he gave. I'm telling you, that's the greatest thing he gave me. A leader, and I always say this to everybody. A leader is simply somebody that can unify a people. If you want to find or locate a people, look for the person who's a unifier. Look for the person who can be consistent in keeping the resource called us. You know, you can always tell the non-leader because they're very quick to be inconsistent in keeping a union called us. They may come to a Lovers and Inspirers one day and they might be up, they might be down, you might not see them the next week. That's somebody who's not necessarily a leader. But for those who know that they're leaders, something is just telling them that this is just somewhere where I have to be, because this is a currency that's going to enable me to multiply the things in which I feel on the inside. If an Evie is going to evolve into the Evie that she's meant to be, she's going to need a Pastor Joanna. She's going to need a Gloss. But Gloss came out of us. Pastor Faye, myself and yourself, we used to share a room in my mom's house. You were there too. 5 of us in one room in my bedroom in my mom's house. 5 of us. Top and tail, no glaze. Pastor James on the right-hand side. We had another young gentleman over there. We had someone over there. And I'm telling you, it wasn't, we were happy. We were happy. Why were we happy? Because we knew if we had us, we could make anything of our lives. And we did. We did. We did. We did. I knew as long, I didn't care how uncomfortable I slept. I slept quite comfortably, actually. I didn't care how comfortably or uncomfortably I slept. I knew as long as I could look to my right or look to my left and see a Pastor Faye or see a Pastor James, I knew that I had everything I needed to become. The most powerful thing that we have in this room tonight is the fact that we're still us. It's only a fool that breaks that. So I want you to go to my first scripture before I get carried away. Go to my first scripture, please.
1 Samuel 22 from verse 1 in the NIV. David left Gath and escaped to the cave of Adullam. When his brothers and his father's household heard about it, they went down to him there. All those who were in distress or in debt or discontented gathered around him, and he became their commander.
I want you to read that again. I'm going to read it with you.
David left Gath and escaped to the cave of Adullam. When his brothers and his father's household heard about it, they went down to him.
I'm going to give you a quick, brief background on this scripture because I need you to understand what had happened. So David was a warrior. David was a leader. He served his master, King Saul, at the time, but it reached to a point where he got exiled from actually serving within his camp. It said that David left Gath and escaped to the cave of Adullam, where when his brothers and his father's household heard about it, they went down to him there. Read on, verse 2.
All those who were in distress or in debt or discontented gathered around him.
It says, all those who were in distress or in debt or discontented gathered around him. Go on.
And he became their commander.
And he became their commander. About 400 men were with him. These men that gathered around David were people that were in debt. People that were discontented, people that were distressed. I'm pretty sure when you saw Pastor Faye was distressed. If he wasn't distressed, he was one of the other two. He said that the men that met him were distressed. They were in debt. They were discontented. discontented with life. So it doesn't matter if there's discontentment. In fact, discontentment more time actually is meant to lead you to a leader. It's actually meant to lead you to a person or to a community, to an us that has the transformative power to change you. That's what's happened tonight. So if anybody that has gone through certain things in their lives and you've been wondering why, you've been wondering why certain things are happening in your life or have happened or taken the shape in which it has, or a Carlos, you're wondering why certain things have happened or the way in which your life has gone. Not knowing that it is that thing that is actually pushing you towards your greatest resource called us. I want you to read on.
From there, David went to Mizpah in Moab and said to the king of Moab, "Would you let my mother come and stay with you until I learn what God will do for me?"
I'm going to skip to my second scripture because I'm very wary of time for my word charge.
2 Samuel chapter 20.
I want you to look and see what happened. See what happened to those men who were in debt, who were distressed, who were discontented, because they found a community, because they found an us, because they found a leader, they found a word. What happened to us was that we found Apostle Toby. We found a word. Our distress, our discontent, our debt actually led us to a place where we could find an us, to a place where we could find an us to transform us into the person that we needed to be. You're not getting Apostle Alex like this without those things leading him to that person. I want you to read. Go on.
2 Samuel chapter 23 from verse 8. These are the names of David's mighty warriors.
It says, these are the names of David's mighty warriors. How did people that were in debt, distressed, and discontented go from being those names to being called a completely different name? How did they go from being in debt to becoming mighty warriors, warriors who had conquered Israel? What happened to these men in a number of years was that they conquered Israel. They conquered their nation to the place where they were wealthy beyond belief. Why? Because they found the capital. They found a resource called us. Remember, these guys were in a cave with David. They were in a cave. They were in a situation where they just found themselves. In the same manner of which Pastor James now would have been in a room with Pastor Faye and Pastor Alex, just strategizing, just sharing the word with one another. To now leading a community of hundreds of people, Pastor James. To now Pastor Faye being able to employ the thousands of people. That's a round of applause. How does a young person go from that to this? Read on.
Josheb Basshebeth, a Tekemonite, was chief of the three. He raised his spear against 800 men, whom he killed in one encounter.
He said he was chief of the three. He raised his spear against 800 men, whom he killed in one encounter. I know some of the leaders, you've heard this scripture many times before, but I need you to understand the power, or to remind yourselves of the power of us. The power of what it was like for... I was so happy when I'm seeing a Pastor Nini still get up and lead a choir on a Monday night. Why? Because that's... I think too many of the time, and I said this yesterday to some of the men, too many of the times we focus on the fruit that came out of the word, but we don't focus on the rooting, and that rooting was us. The gathering of us is what brought together what we're doing now. Read on.
Next to him was Eleazar, son of Dodai, the Ahohite. As one of the three mighty warriors, he was with David when they taunted the Philistines, gathered at Pasdimim for battle. Then the Israelites retreated, but Eleazar stood his ground and struck down the Philistines till his hand grew tired and froze to the sword.
This man fought until his hand was frozen to the sword. These were people who were timid. who came in debt, distressed, discontented, suffering from depression, many things. But what happened to them? All that happened to them was that they found leadership. They found leadership and their lives changed. They found leadership, and in that leadership was a community that could find and get out the strengths on the inside of those people. That's what happened to Apostle Eben. That's what happened to Apostle Nini. That's what happened to Apostle Joanna. That's what happened to Apostle Ashley. That's what happened to Apostle Tafumi, Apostle Precious. That's what happened to these people. So I'm just expanding to you today this hand to say that this community is still recruiting. So when we're talking about recruitment, or when we're talking about making sure that we're bringing another person to this community, what we're saying is that we want us to get bigger. We want the power of us to be more transformative. Because the more there's us, is the more that this word can lead us to where it needs to go. I want you to read the next verse, and that's where I round up.
The Lord brought about a great victory that day. The troops returned to Eleazar, but only to strip the dead. Next to him was Shammah, son of Agi, the Hararite. When the Philistines banded together at a place where there was a field full of lentils, Israel's troops fled from them. But Shammah took his stand in the middle of the field. He defended it and struck the Philistines down, and the Lord brought about a great victory.
These were men that were transformed because of their capital called... I thought I was going to get a better version of that, because of their capital called... Thank you all. Pastor Alex.
Good evening, everyone. We're just about to get into a time of worship. Come on. Can I get everyone on their feet, please? So today, we're just about to get into a time of worship. If you've been here before, you'd have seen us do this before. Just a moment to reflect, think about your day. We're doing this a cappella today. We don't need any instruments. We've got everyone in the room. So please do join us. We'll have the lyrics on the screen, and they're quite familiar songs. So we hope you enjoy. I worship you in the beauty of holiness. I lift my hands to you, for you are my righteousness. You are royalty, so I crown you King of Kings. Oh, you are royalty, so I crown you King of Kings, and I worship you. I worship you in the beauty of holiness, and I lift my head, oh, for you are my right, for you are my righteousness. You are royal, so I crown you. I crown you King, your majesty, majesty, your majesty, show me who you are. Your majesty, your majesty, your majesty, oh, show me who you are, show me who you are, your majesty, your majesty, your majesty, your majesty, show me who you are, your majesty, your majesty, your majesty, show me who you are. Oh, your majesty, your majesty, oh, your majesty, show me who you are. Oh, your majesty, your majesty, your majesty, show me who you are. Show me who you are.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. No, we can do better than that. That's right, that's right, that's right. Lovers and Inspirers are in the building tonight. No, Lovers and Inspirers are in the building tonight. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. You may take your seats. Welcome to another edition of our Lovers and Inspirers service. Of course, we gather here every Monday from 8 p.m. every single Monday. We've been running strong for the last 10 months now. Exactly. We've been running strong for the last 10 months now. But tonight, just before I get into it, let me do the greetings and greet every single leader that's in here tonight. That includes yourself. But of course, like Pastor Alex did earlier, let me greet some special people that are dear to my heart. And the reason why they're actually dear to my heart, just like how you saw from the pictures earlier on, you saw me in every single picture. And these people that I'm about to greet, these are the people that actually raised me. By raised me, these are the people that taught me the word and introduced me to the same thing that I'm ushering you to, introducing you to today, which is the word. So I want to start off with greeting Pastor Nini, of course. I want to greet Pastor Eben quickly. I just want to greet, of course, my leader, Pastor Joanna, a greet Pastor Ray, and of course, a greet Pastor Faye and a Pastor Onyeka. But let me greet every single person that's watching online. I want to start off with greeting my leader, Pastor Kevin, that's watching online. I want to greet Pastor Mariam, that's watching online. Of course, our assistant, senior pastor of this nation, Pastor Obi, that's watching online. And of course, our senior pastor, Pastor Sam, and our mother, Pastor Lucy, and our father, PT. Have you enjoyed the service tonight? Have you enjoyed every single segment that's gone on tonight? I want to know, but just before I get into it, I actually want to recap, because earlier you saw the stories, you saw the pictures, and you saw every single leader that you see on the front row today still sat here. You saw the leaders, the way that we were back then, and you saw how there was one picture that Pastor Faye showed, and how we were just in a room, and all we were doing, we were just praying. And I kid you not, for a good 5 years, for the last 7-8 years, all we've been doing for the last 7-8 years since I've been in this family is we've been remaining consistent to one thing, which is the word, which is praying, which is the same form that has raised us, that's made who we are today, and it's the word. So the title for tonight is Our Formation. And the reason why the title for tonight is Our Formation, because over the last few weeks, our leader, Pastor Toby, has actually been taking us through our history. And in him taking us through our history, one thing that I've realized and one thing that I've noticed is the formation of the house.
And the reason why I say I've noticed the formation of this house is because I'm looking at myself in each and every single one of these pictures. And I'm looking at myself and I'm saying, if it wasn't for this house, if it wasn't for the formation of leadership, in terms of formation of leadership, the people that I greet, a Pastor Joanna, a Pastor Nini, a Pastor Alex, a Pastor Faye, a Pastor Nyeka, a Pastor Eben, if it wasn't for these leaders, a Pastor Hannah, a Pastor Shad, a Pastor Ray, if it wasn't for these leaders, would I be here today? Would I be standing here today? I probably wouldn't be standing here today. I'd probably be in Brixton doing all manner of things that I was doing back then. Back before I came into this family, all I was doing, all I was involved in was fraud. All I knew that back then was just how to make money through that. But when I came into this family, automatically my vision changed. My expression changed. The way I began to articulate myself, it changed. My spirit got bolder. My faith got bolder. Why? Because I started relying on the word. And it's this word that's allowed me to become the person I am today. So one thing that I took from listening to a Pastor Alex earlier is one thing that we've kept consistent, or one thing that makes us who we are today is the ability to actually remain consistent. And in our ability to remain consistent, what we've realized is that continuously we've evolved over time. Because we've had because through the gatherings of the brethren, through nights like this, through us sitting in rooms like this, in communities like this, we've learned to actually become stronger. We've learned to rely on the word. We've learned to actually rely on each other. And in us relying on each other, what's happened is that we've evolved over time. So what have we seen as time has gone on? We've seen the communities evolved. We've seen our communities evolve. We've seen new generation rise. We've seen new people come into this house. But one thing that hasn't changed is the energy that we have. The one thing that hasn't changed over the years is the energy. Why? Because we still do what we do. We're still able to push. We're still able to mobilize. We're still able to gather the same way that we gathered 8 years ago, 7 years ago, 9 years ago. We're still able to do it today. So nothing's changed. All we keep doing is evolving. As time goes on, we've just evolved. But one thing that hasn't changed is our energy. Our constant has been our energy. Our constant has been the word. What we've been receiving from leadership, what we've been receiving from our man of God, Pastor Toby. That's the one thing that hasn't changed. So over the last few years, that's the one thing that hasn't changed. But we've continued to evolve. We've continued growing. So in fact, I want to make an announcement. This Sunday, you're going to see this Sunday, we're actually going to evolve into two churches. This Sunday, that's right. This Sunday, we're going to evolve into two churches. And one of the two churches is actually going to be combined with Lovers and Inspirers. So this Sunday, you're going to see us gather in our hundreds, in our thousands. The same energy that we gather in here, you're going to see the source of it, which is on a Sunday, a Pastor Toby. You're going to see the source of it, the source being a Pastor Toby, receiving the word from a Pastor Toby, receiving the word from the leaders, a Pastor Sam, a Pastor Nyeka, a Pastor Kevin, all the leaders that have been giving us the word for the last 7 years, the leaders that have been giving us this word. What we're going to see this Sunday, we're going to see them speak. We're going to hear from them. And that's why I want to make that announcement that we're evolving into the churches. And as we evolve into these churches, what you're going to see come out of these churches is more leaders. People like you and I. I came in 2017. That's where I was, 2017. That's how I came in. I came in looking for something. And then I found God. I found leadership. I found Christ. I found the word. So this Sunday, many people are actually going to come in and they're going to find the same substance that I came looking for as well. The same substance that you came here looking for as well. The same substance that's raised every single one of us, has made us the leaders that we are today. But just before I get into it, I actually want to pose a question. And this question that I want to pose to you is, what superpowers or what characters in Marvel, what superpowers or what characters did you want to be when you were younger? What superpowers, if you had one superpower, what would it be? If you had the opportunity to be one super character, who would it be? And if I can get the media team to help me with this, please. Just help me with a mic. Because I actually want to know why. Okay, I'm seeing. Okay. You can speak to your neighbor as well. Speak to your neighbor, turn around to your neighbor and actually converse with them. Find out their superhero. Find out. Okay, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Thank you. Thank you. I see some people. I see Evie cracking up, but thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Pastor Nini is very much involved in this conversation. So, of course, I'm going to go to Pastor Ashley, but I want to start off with a Pastor Nini because I want to find out the super.
If I had a superpower, I'd want to be able to teleport.
Pastor Ashley.
Don't mind Evie. I said I wanted to be Storm because she was black. That's what I was.
Okay, there's a bit of a.
Anyway, yes. Storm.
But anybody else? We see some hands at the back. Wesley.
Doctor Strange, man.
Doctor Strange. Why?
Whatever superpower you lot had, I could just mirror it.
Okay, I like that. I like that. We've got one more person. And the reason for me actually doing this is because it's actually going to link into what I want to say next. Go on.
She pay attention to details. So
Okay.
the closest character to that would be Samuel Jackson. So the Shield, bringing everyone together.
Oh, I like that. I like that. That's a
So
good one. That's
you
a good
pick
one.
out, you understand?
That's a good one. You got to click for that one, you know. But the reason for me asking that question is because the actual truth is you don't actually have to wish to become a superhero. You're already a superhero. And the reason why I say that is because that superpower is actually within you. That power that you're looking for, that power that you want to be, or that power that you believe that you've always wanted to attain is already inside of you. All you got to do is believe. That's why the scriptures begin to speak about how the entrance of the word bring light. What is the light that the word is bringing? Is the superpower that's within you already. It's bringing you closer to that superpower. So all you got to do is believe inside of you, believe in you, and in the moment that you believe, that superpower in you becomes actualized. You don't have to worry about becoming a super character. You don't have to worry about becoming somebody else because you're already the superhero that you've always wanted to be. You just have to believe. You just have to believe. The moment that you believe, you become that person. You know, when I was younger, I always wanted to be a god. And I always wanted to control things. I always wanted to be at the top of things. But then I realized I'm already a god. The moment that I began to attach myself to the word, it made me more of a god. So the reason why I say that is because the word actually comes from, the true word comes from God. So in you becoming a god and you becoming a superhero, all you got to attach yourself is to the source. Once you attach yourself to the source, you become that person. You become that superhero that you've always wanted to be. You're the superhero. Your family, your community has always been searching out for you. You are the unidentified leader within your family. Why do I say you're the unidentified leader within your family? Because you're probably the outcast within your family. The reason why you're the outcast is because you've always set out to be different. You've always been set out on a different path. But what needs to happen is that you need to receive the word. And you continuously receiving the word and hearing the word, it makes you more of a leader. It makes you more of a superhero. It makes you more of somebody that can be in multiple places at the same time. That is somebody that's a superhero, somebody that can continuously be in multiple places at the same time. But you don't have to worry about becoming a super character. You don't have to worry about doing that. All you have to do is attach yourself to the word. The moment you attach yourself to the word, what happens is that it reveals more of you. The leadership spirit, the leader that you've always wanted to be, it reveals it more. Your character gets bolder, my brother. Your character gets refined. You become more of a superhero. You can be in multiple places at the same time. How can you be in multiple places at the same time, you're asking me? All you got to do is find more people. The moment that you find more people, the moment that you receive the word, what do you have to do with this word? What you do with this word is that you give it out to more people. And you sharing this word with more people, what happens is that more people come into the entrance of the word. As they come into the entrance of this word, they become more of a leader. So what's the one thing that we constantly do in our society? The one thing that we continuously do in our society is that when we hear something, we don't want to share the good news. We don't want to share the things that we're hearing. We want to keep it a secret. But what the word says is that when you hear something, you must share it with somebody else. How do you share it with somebody else? You hear a word today, whether it's the word of become a mobilizer, whether it's the word of becoming a world leader. The moment that you've received this word, what do? You share it with somebody else. You bring them into the same atmosphere of the word, the same atmosphere that you're receiving. You're not selfish with it. Because what our society, what our community has taught us, or our community has showed us is how to be selfish. But what the word says is share. Continuously bringing people into the atmosphere of the word. Continuously bringing people as you're hearing the word. If the word resonates with you, as the word connects with you, what do you need to do? You bring more people into it. So that's why this Sunday, as we're gathering, we've got a target of 500 people. What do we need to do as lovers and inspirers? Because we've heard this word, because the word has resonated with us, this target of 500 people should not be hard. Because we're hearing the word, because we're believing in the word, because this word has become personal to us. The moment that the word becomes personal to you, you begin to see everything change. The problems that you're seeing, it's not really a problem. Somebody who think that a target of 500 is a problem, it's not a problem. In fact, it's very much easy. It's something that you can do. What do you need to do to be able to do it? Believe in the word. Believe in that superpower that's already inside of you. The moment that you believe in that superpower within inside of you is that you become that superhero. So take me to my first scripture, please.
Jeremiah 1 from verse 4 in the GNT. The Lord said to me, I chose you before I gave you life. And before you were born, I selected you to be a prophet to the nations.
Read it again, please. Are we going to get the scriptures up? Yeah.
The Lord said to me, I chose you before I gave you life.
I chose you before I gave you life. In another translation, it says, I knew you. I formed you. Continue.
And before you were born, I selected you to be a prophet to the nation.
He selected you to be a prophet to the nation. So every single problem that you've gone through, you were selected. Earlier, I began to speak about how you've been set apart. You're the outcast. You're the different person within your whole family. That's the selection process that God did when he brought you to this world. Continue.
I answered, Sovereign Lord, I don't know how to speak. I am too young.
He said, I don't know how to speak. I am too young. This is what we do when we receive a word. We begin to say, I don't know how to do this. This thing looks challenging. This thing looks hard. This thing looks impossible. But what does the word say? Continue.
But the Lord said to me, do not say that you are too young.
Do not say that you're too young. No target is too big. Nothing is too much to attain. Everything is possible if you believe. Continue.
But go to the people I send you to and tell them everything I command you to say.
I told them everything that I command you to say. So that's what I was saying about when you receive this word, what do? You go back to the people. You go back to your communities. You go back to your family. You go back to your houses. You go back to your family and you tell them everything that the word has shown you, everything that the word has said to you. Why do you say it? Continue.
Do not be afraid of them.
Do not be afraid. Continue.
For I will be with you to protect you.
I will be with you to protect you. God is already with you. The word that he's given to you, he gave it to you so you can speak. So do not be afraid. So when you see a target, of 500 people, when you see a target of making sure that a Sunday is packed to the brim, it's not for you to be afraid. It's for you to believe. Because why? It's something that we can do as lovers and inspirers. You've seen our history. You've heard about our history. We've packed out rooms. You saw what we did at the Entrepreneur Fest. 500 people. Over 500 people within that room. You saw what we did for Soul Run. Over 500 people gathered. And what we're going to do tomorrow as well for the florist communities, we're going to gather again in our strength, in our numbers. But that's what we do as lovers and inspirers. That's what we do as lovers and inspirers. We're going to sit. Tomorrow we're going to gather. We're going to push. We're going to mobilize. We're going to make sure tomorrow is another success. Why? Continue.
I, the Lord, have spoken. Then the Lord reached out, touched my lips, and said to me, listen, I am giving you the words you must speak.
I am giving you the words you must speak. It's not my words. It's not somebody else's words. It's the Lord's word. It's God giving you the word that you must speak. You know, like, I remember when I came into this house, and there's something that we continuously do is making sure more people are coming. And when you hear the word, what you do is that you share the word. And I remember there's something that we continuously do, and I think either you do it now, it's called the street mobilization, going out to people and sharing the good news. But I remember when I came, I didn't have the confidence to do such. I didn't have the word to do such. But scriptures begin to speak about how do not be afraid. I the Lord, I am giving you the words you must speak. It's not my words. He gave me the word. Sometimes I'll be standing in front of people and my hands will be shaking. I wouldn't know what to say, but in that moment, God delivers a word to you to share to another generation. God delivers that word to you so that you can inspire another generation, so that you can connect with another generation. The stories that you've been through, the things that you've gone through in your life, it's happened for a reason. All of these things have happened for a reason so that you can have a story to tell to another generation. If you don't have a story to tell to another generation, you cannot inspire another generation. But you inspire another generation with your word, with the word that God continuously gives you. Continue.
Today I give you authority over nations and kingdoms, to uproot and to pull down, to destroy and to overthrow, to build and to plant.
It says to build and to plant. So continuously what we do as lovers and inspirers, we are building. We are building continuously. When the word comes out, the word is delivered to us. And this word that is given to us is so that we can build. So that when a target is given to us, we're not turning back. We're not saying this target is too big. It's given to us so that we can build, because while we have the capacity to do such, no target is given. Nothing in this world is given to you if God doesn't believe you have the answer to it. Nothing in this world is given to you if God doesn't believe that you have the solution for it. Everything that you're given, that means you have the solution. So if you're given a target of 500 people, if you're being told to make sure that you have a room that's packed out, the answer is already here. The answer is already with us. All we got to do is sit down together. We got to speak. The moment that we continue speaking, this target is nothing. So Sunday, what are we doing? We're gathering in our thousands. We're gathering in our mass so that we can make sure the good news is continuously being shared. The word comes to you to tell you about your ability. The word comes to you to tell you about your ability. But what we do with us, what we do naturally as humans is that we begin to tell the word that we don't have the ability to do such. But the word is saying you have it. That superhero that you wanted to be, when I asked you earlier, it's already in you. All you got to do is actually believe. All you got to do is say to yourself, I am that superhero. The superpower that you've always wanted to attain, you already have it. You don't have to look out. You don't have to look left or right. It's inside of you. You believe in you. If you believe in you, then what will happen is that super character, that superhero, it's there. You don't have to go far. You don't have to go far at all. So every single fight that you've been through, it's happened for a reason. Take me to my last scripture, please.
Romans 8 from verse 28 in the NIV. And we know that in all good things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. For those God foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed.
He also predestined you. It's for his purpose. It's not for our purpose. So when we're gathering on a Monday, it's for God's purpose. When you're hearing the good news, for those people, if you say that you love God, if you declare continuously that you're a child of God, what must you do? You must continuously keep preaching the word. You must continue to keep sharing the word. Why? Because that's the evidence of you saying that you believe in the word. That's the evidence of you saying that you believe in this good news, that the fact that this word can change a man's life, that the word can take somebody from being sat in prison and making that person into a leader, being able to turn over millions. That's the power of the word. But you continuously have to believe. Continue.
Conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brothers and sisters. For those he predestined, he also called. Those he called, he also justified.
Justified. Just stop there. You've all been called. You've all been called. He's justified you. Every single thing that you've gone through, he's justified it. So you don't have to worry about anything. Everything that you've gone through has happened for a reason. It's made you, it's brought you here today. It's brought you so you can receive this word, so you can hear this word. And when you hear this word, what do you need to do? You need to go back, share this good news to people, share this good news with your community. So quickly, I just want to round up. And just before I round up, what I want to do today is I want to make a call. And this call is, if you've heard this word today, and you're saying this word has mobilized you, this word has pushed you, and you believe in this word, simply, the call that I want to make is people that are saying, I'm going to bring somebody on a Sunday. I'm going to bring people on Sunday. I'm not leaving it to just a Monday. I want to bring people to hear this same word as well. Because I don't want to hold this word captive to just myself. I want to share the same word as well. And I just want a few of the leaders just to join me. And all you're doing is that you're saying, I want to be a partner. And you saying you want to be a partner is that you want to come and bring people on a Sunday. It's more than just a Monday. This is what we do. This is Lovers and Inspirers. You've heard this word. The word is connected with you. You're saying to yourself, I want to be different. I'm set apart. Show that you're set apart by coming to the front and actually committing to bringing somebody on a Sunday. Thank you. That's the evidence of you showing that you're set apart. That you can come and you can actually say, I've heard this word, I've received this word, but now what do I need to do? I need to go back into my community. I need to go back to my family. I need to go back to my area. I need to share this word. I don't want to hold this word just for myself. I don't want to hold this word just for myself. I want to come and I want to share it. There are people that needs to hear the same word. There are people that need to come into this community. There's people that need to come into this family. But what do you need to do? You just need to answer a call. And this call is going to bring you to that person. The reality, the entrance of the word, it's here tonight. The word that you've been searching for, it's here tonight. It's here. Maybe you've been coming for weeks. Maybe you've been coming for months. And you're saying to yourself, I've heard this word before. Don't ever say that you heard this word before, because the word is forever changing. Now this word is coming out today so that you can become bolder. So that you can say to yourself, I'm not holding this to myself. I want to share this. The business idea that I've got, it's not just for myself. The business idea that I've got is for me to share with a whole community. It's for me to share with a whole people. I've got people that need to come to this thing. I've got people that I need to bring into a Lovers and Inspirers. I've got people that I need to bring into a nation family. I've got people that need to be part of a love house, a love family, an Inspire family. There are people that need to be part of this movement. There are people that need to hear this word. But the only way for them to hear this word is by you actually answering the call. You're sat in your seat, you're saying to yourself, is he speaking to me? You see that thought that's going through your mind right now? That's the same thought that Jeremiah had when he said, I am too young. You're not too young. Don't question yourself. The word is searching for you. This is the opportunity. This is it. This is the opportunity. You've heard the word and you're saying, I want to connect. I want to become a leader. I want to become somebody that my community can look up to. I want to become that person. I've got a business. I need to share it with people. This is it. The floor is open for one more minute. The floor is open for one more minute. If you want to connect, this is your opportunity for you to say, I want to connect with the leaders that are here today. And these leaders that are here today, thank you, my brother. These leaders that are here today, the reason why they're leaders is because you've seen their history. You've seen where they came from. You've seen where we came from. And this is this word that's made us. This same word is what's going to make you. Thank you, my brother. This is the opportunity that you've been looking for. This is it. This is it. Maybe you've been coming for weeks. This is it. This is the refresh, the restart moment that you've been looking for. It's here tonight. The opportunity to become a better businessman is here tonight. The opportunity for you to become a better person is here tonight. It's here. The floor is open for 30 more seconds. If you're saying to yourself, nah, he's talking to me, but you're not trying to come up, what you got to do is just say that thought in your head, just put it aside and make your way. This is it. 10 more seconds, leaders. 10 more seconds. Thank you, leaders. Thank you. Lovers and inspirers are in the room tonight. No. If you've enjoyed the word, let me see by your reaction, by your response. Let me get you up on your feet and let me hear you. Lovers and inspirers, are you in the room tonight? Thank you. It's been I, Pastor James. Thank you.
Good evening, good evening. Let's keep the same energy. Lovers and inspirers, did we enjoy today's service? If we did, let's make some noise. Lovers and inspirers. Wow, what an amazing service we had today. You guys can take your seats, by the way. What an amazing service we've had today. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's service. And if you enjoyed today, this is literally just a taster of what is going to be happening on Sunday. We're going to be gathering, as Pastor James said, in our thousands and our hundreds, and we would love to see you there also. If media team can help me with the QR code for this Sunday, make sure to scan the screen to register for Sunday's service. It's going to be amazing, and you definitely do not want to miss it. Media team, if we can, please. While they're getting that ready, let's have a round of applause for tomorrow's event, the Gardening Society. So it is a florist gala, so make sure to come in your best dressed. It will be black tie. Guys, come in your tuxedos, and ladies, come in your beautiful dresses, because it's going to be amazing. Amazing. We have the QR code for that as well. If you are not already registered, it is not too late. Make sure that you sign up for tomorrow's event. It's going to be amazing. And on Wednesday, the next day after that, we have a lot of events coming up. On Wednesday, we have Pastor Kevin's service, so that can be streamed. And that's not all. We have a jam-packed June, and we also have STEM Think Tank at London Tech Week. That will be on the 13th of June. I believe there's a QR code for that as well. While media team help me with that. We also have the Gloss Beauty and Wellness Summit coming up. That is on the 21st to the 22nd of June. Media team, you are really slowing me down here. I know that they will get there in the end. Make sure to connect with the people. I think, show of hands, Pastor Zoe, if you're in the room, please raise your hand. This is our Gardening Society coordinator. She is... If you are interested in attending tomorrow's event, or you have any artistic interests, make sure to connect with her after service. Pastor Fumi, if you can raise your hand, please. This is our STEM Think Tank coordinator. If you have any interest in STEM, science, tech, engineering, maths, and the like, make sure to connect with Pastor Fumi after service. And for beauty, Miss Afreen. If you can give us a wave, she's just at the back. If you are interested in beauty, make sure to connect with Miss Afreen at the end of service. And I have another announcement. If media team can help me with the QR code for the WhatsApp group chats. Wow, that's the one they do have. Amazing. If you can scan the QR code to join the WhatsApp group chat, that's where all our updates for events and services, amazing. I don't know, is that gonna work? Events, services, etc. So, such as Sunday, tomorrow's gardening event. Okay, right, we're going back to the beginning. Sunday service QR code up on the screen now. If you'd like to scan that, make sure you are there. As Pastor James said, bring a +1. 10 more seconds. Next one, please. Gardening Society, we've done this one. Next one, please. And the Gloss Beauty Summit, again, connect with Miss Afreen if you'd like to be involved in that, or you have any beauty interests. Next one, please. and then the group chat, and we're going to connect again on social media. For those of you who missed it from the beginning, make sure to follow us on social media. We will keep you updated on what we have going on to make sure you can continuously be involved. And that is it from me. Make sure to stick around and connect with all the amazing leaders you've seen at the front. And yeah, hope you enjoyed today's service. Is there anyone new in the room? Let's do a little bit of embarrassment. Anyone new in the room? If you'd like to stand up, I will pick on you. Oh, sir, the one rubbing his nose, if you can stand up. Oh, not new? Okay. Sir in the grey hoodie, new faces. Please stand up, give us a wave. So he was so brave to talk to us earlier today. If you were here and you missed it, can you tell us what your name is? Chuka. Can everyone welcome Chuka to Lovers and Inspirers? Anybody else? Don't be shy, don't be shy. Sir in the cream hoodie? Don't want to tell us your name? Shy? Okay, no worries. Make sure to connect at the end of service, and that is all from us. Let's do a last quick call. Lovers and Inspirers, are you in the building today? Thank you.